Morning folks, it's Phil here on a sunny-ish Jubilee Saturday morning in Telford. It is Saturday, isn't it? It is Saturday. We've just come back from a fantastic week spent down in Cornwall, hence the tan. We had some glorious weather, fantastic, every day on the beach with the dog, chilling out, kicking back. So this video is really just a bit of a catch up after a week's holiday, see how the filters performed again, see how everything's going with the fish. As I say, just a bit of a catch up really. So first things first, obviously because we were away for the weekend, then the anti-pterodactyl covers were on the pond. So they've done a splendid job despite the pterodactyl, I can't even say, pterodactyl infestation we have in the woods over the back there. All the fish are still here. They're all looking particularly healthy. So they've obviously all been fed. Auto feed has been working okay. Let's just put a bit of food in. That's what you blate. Do something for the little ones. So yeah, all the fish are looking particularly good at the moment, which I'm really pleased with. The little ones seem to have started to have a growth spurt, which is really good. So yeah, really pleased with the fish. The only thing I'm always a little bit disappointed with coming back from holiday is always the amount of fish waste up that one corner. So you're probably sick of hearing this, but for those of you that haven't heard it before, the pond, when we designed the pond was supposed to be another foot wider and 3 foot shorter. And the one drain was deemed sufficient for that sort of shape and that sort of area, but because of problems we had during the build stage, it ended up being a foot narrower and well, I think it's 3.5 foot longer. So the bottom drain, although it's central-ish, it isn't actually central in the pond. If I was going to build a pond this long again, I would have put 2 bottom drains in. That's the long and the short of it. But you can see it clears all the crud from this half of the pond, but just up that corner. I think I might put an air stone in or something to try and just get it circulated a bit more. But that's the only disappointing thing about coming back after a week's holiday. So I'm going to get my hoover out again, and I'm going to hoover up that corner. Probably not going to film that because you've seen it 1,000 times before. But I'll come off, jump off now, and then we'll just go and have a quick take the covers off the filters and see what they're looking like. So as you already know, when I do any pond jobs, loosing water out or doing the pond hoovering, I always run the hose pipe into the individual unit, taking out of the readings, and then obviously when that's all finished, I can put my dechlorinator in. I do that quite simply so that the water level in the drum doesn't drop below the level where it keeps continually cleaning. So just a shout out to Jim from his channel, It's What I Do, not just a koi channel, other interesting things as well. Jim actually posed me that question, thinking about a pond for the future. He was saying, you know, people have had trouble with their drum filters constantly cleaning. and obviously there's a risk you can drain your pond. What I would say to that is the majority of problems people have with that constant cleaning cycle on most drums is simply because, from what I've seen, in my opinion, they haven't set the float switches up right in the first place, so they haven't got the right high water level and low water levels right. So very simply, if I loosed a ton of water out now and turn the drum back on, it'll think the siev's blocked and it'll keep cycling. So the way I overcome that, if I'm doing a big water change, as I say, is run a hose pipe in while I'm doing my jobs, or you can just turn the thing off, wait for it to fill up. Don't just turn it back on and walk away from it. Obviously turn it back on and make sure it's not doing that continuous cycle. Again, an idea that Jim came up with in his comments was, can you fit a separate float switch somewhere in your system to the electrics that you're going to plug your drum into, so that if it falls below a certain thing, you can obviously cut off your electrics. Again, my opinion, the answer is yes. Fantastic idea. Have a safety switch, or Oase sell, I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically a Wi-Fi unit for all their equipment, so you can operate all the drums and the pumps and everything from that Wi-Fi unit. I haven't looked into that because it is a little bit expensive, but I believe on there it actually gives you a warning if your drum starts continually cycling, and you can set it, say if it continually cleans for 10 cycles, it will automatically turn the system off. So just some options there. Anyway, I'm waffling. So that's why the top's off here, that's why the hose pipe's in. What I haven't looked at yet is inside the drum, so what I'm really interested in to see is how the that Oase filter media, don't fall down the drain, Claire, that Oase filter media is doing that I put in. Might get your feet wet. Those are very substantial covers. So I think, as expected, bear in mind it's only been in there for a couple of weeks, I think as expected the majority of it is still sitting around the outside, but you can see every now and again you'll see one of the pads come up through the surface, and as I think I said when I put it in, it does say on the packet these can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to reach neutral buoyancy. So every time I take the cover off, which isn't very often, I shall just give them a quick push down and then let them do their own thing, and as I say, in 6 to 8 weeks hopefully they will have reached neutral buoyancy, and they'll all be going around as much as the other media is. So that's where we are at the minute. Everything's working. Just having a look at the crud in the bottom, and there virtually isn't any. Yeah, can't see anything in there. I'll get one of the sieves off afterwards and just check the channel down there to make sure there's no rubbish in there. But that's it. I'm just going to do my normal pond vac, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Cheers. Right, folks, we're back in the shed at the minute, and apologies if you can hear the rain on the roof. Yeah, we're definitely back from sunny Cornwall now. It's rainy Telford. So anyway, I've just done my water checks, as you can see. Place is a bit of a mess at the minute. Got all the test kits out. I've just entered my details onto the Koi Control app, which, as you know, I'm using at the moment. Those, I hope you can see it, those are my current readings. So nitrite is showing as orange. It's 0.108 parts per million, so I mean it's well within the, you know, the up to 0.5 I think is acceptable, but you know, it's good to get it as low as you can. Nitrate, oh, I forgot to put that in. Nitrate is 2.5, so that's fine. Temperature is 18 in the pond. I haven't turned it up yet, although I'm going to shortly. pH 7.8. Ammonium is 0.024, so that's really low. General hardness is hovering between 300 and 310. There's no salt in the pond at the minute. pH is 7.8, I think I've just said that. Carbon hardness, so KH is 162 parts per million, which if you convert that to degrees, carbon hardness is about 9, so KH is good. And I'm not haven't put the amount I've fed in yet, but it's it's okay. So if I just go back to the screen, so if we just, I don't know whether you can pick this up, if you can just compare that to before I went on holiday. So this has just been after the drum and filter system has left itself, left to its own devices. If anything, the readings have got slightly better. So the ammonium was 0.073 before I went away, and now it's 0.024. The nitrite before I went away was 0.174, and now it's 0.108. So basically it means that because I haven't been here to throw food in every time I walk past the pond, then obviously it's not getting as much food in there. But I'm happy with those readings. As I say, they're good. There's nothing out of the ordinary. I'll put a few more of these readings in and all bits and pieces, and we'll, you know, look at the graphs and stuff. But yeah, that's it for now. So as I say, one thing I would just mention is you'll see when I'm doing pond tests sometimes I've also got the beloved Pond Lab 200, so the NT Labs pond testing kit. And the reason why you'll see this out probably once a month is because whilst I love the Hannah checkers and the whatever it is I've got running in the pond at the minute, I can't remember what the name of the thing is, but anyway, I always do a check basically. So once a month I'll just randomly pick sort of ammonia or nitrite or nitrate or KH, pH, and I'll actually run a test on there to make sure that what I'm getting from the Hannah instrument is the same as I'm still getting from there. So good news is today everything's hunky-dory, everything's good. So that's it, water tests over, happy days. Back in Koi Central, because it's hammering down outside, which is a real shame because people are just starting to get the tables and things out for our Jubilee Street party. But anyway, just very quickly from me, absolutely massive thank you. I am over the moon. While we were away on holiday, just in case I haven't mentioned that enough times that we've been on holiday to Cornwall, while we've been away I have actually hit the 2,000 subscriber mark, and I'm just blown away. I did remind a close member of my family that when I first started this channel, I was told you'd be lucky if I even got 100 subscribers, because nobody'd be interested in anything I've got to say. So yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you. Some of you I appreciate have been with me since day one. You've suffered all 60 odd videos and commented. You know, the feedback, the camaraderie, the friendships, you know, meeting up at events, it's brilliant. I just want to say a massive thank you. I am over the moon. Needless to say, there will be a competition. I'll get some decent prizes as a thank you for that. But I'm probably going to leave it a couple of weeks because there's other things happening over the next 2 weeks which I think are a bit more important than my raffle. So I'll tell you about that shortly. But yeah, just a massive thank you from me. I am chuffed. Cheers, guys.